I always forget I have to hit record twice. Okay. We're on. We're live.
Wow.
Yes. Welcome back, Kenny, aka Dank Brief.
Oh, thanks, David, aka Supreme Dungeon Master.
Thank you. Yes, I did earn that supreme title at the 3rd annual Dungeon Master Invitationals.
I was there.
That's something I think not a lot of people remember is D&D was actually a competitive sport for a while.
It was matched play.
Yeah, basically, they had tournaments. That's where the first published modules came from, right? Like against the giants and all that.
I would love to get a hold of one of those scorecards.
Oh my god, yeah.
They've got to be out there. Someone's got to have a picture or something.
I once knew somebody who's they were younger than me. They were a millennial, and their parents met because they were both on the competitive D&D circuit.
Amazing. Yeah, that's so cool.
And then they weren't gamers anymore. They stopped, like once they stopped doing like competitive D&D, they just stopped gaming. Like
that sounds right.
They were just in it for the prize gamers. Money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know, right?
I feel like anybody who's like really serious about a competitive game, when they're done with it, they're either playing another competitive game or they're not playing anything at all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they were never in it for the storytelling aspect.
Stats only.
Which, yeah, like you say, the scorecards, I mean, it's still something of a mystery to me. Like, how the hell do you even score, against the steading of the Hill Giant Chief or something? You know what I mean? Like,
right, yeah. No idea. It's got to be, I don't know. I can't imagine. I feel like you'd have to have a judge at every table being like, how did you role play this encounter? Like, oh,
I doubt role playing entered into it very much at all.
Yeah, that's true. Fair.
It was probably something like, how much loot did you get? How many hit points did you lose? How many characters did you lose? Yeah. And then the loot and the XP are like subtracted. You subtract from that based on how many characters died or how long it took you. Maybe I think there was a timing element to it as well.
You're the next room. Roll to attack. There's a guy.
Yeah, exactly. Go. Speaking of which, should be interesting to see how today's dungeon pans out if you get there.
I know, if we get there.
You gotta go cross country.
Yeah, cross country. Where do we leave off? Do a Blueholme. Dank Brief.
Dank Brief Blueholme.
Dank Brief Blueholme, canonically my last name. Middle name is had just visited the dwarven keep of, we got the name confused.
Armin or something.
Armin.
He was Armenian. No.
Right.
Let's see. I did not open up that one document, of course. But I am going. You were given a map, so I'm going to post that to you here.
I was given a map. I met my mom.
You met your mom. She was like, "I'll see you at dinner." You're like, "Yeah, right." Not happening.
I know. Should I go to dinner with my mom?
Oh my god, the eternal question.
It really is. She would love it. I'm in hell.
She would, but you got to hit the road, man. You got to get out of there.
Right.
No.
You look at these cool dwarven runes.
Yep. So what you're looking at there is Blueholme City is in the upper right. Okay.
On the river there.
On the river. And then the town is or the dwarven city, I mean, is called Arto in the kingdom of Baylor. That's right. And so that's Arto in the mountains there.
Okay.
Unlabeled castle in the woods. You could always go there if you want to, but nobody told you what that is. Castle of the Necromancer is on the right, towards the lower right.
1922 hex.
That's right. And then, yes, in hex number 0824 is the Palace of the Vampire Queen.
Damn, that's fucking forever away. Well,
each one is.
Each one of these hexes is 5 miles.
So you can do about 3 hexes in a day. So
it's gonna take me 4 days to get there.
Should be fun. Should be a good time.
4 days. Do we include the hex that we start in or the one that we end in?
The one you end in. Yes.
Oh, well, it might take longer than that. 14.
Might. It depends on the route, because you could go up that river. Up that river. Well, you could go up the river. You could go along the road that goes through the swamp, or you could try to cross the swamp off the road, obviously. Each one carries a different set of perils. So you can think about it, how you want to
12.
go.
Well, if I go south and cross the river at 1323, I can hop on the road at 1223.
Okay.
And then take that up to the castle of the Vampire Queen. And that'll take me 4 days. It's a 4-day journey.
Okay.
Unless I get bonuses from being on the road.
Yeah, the weird thing about this map is that it doesn't actually. It only shows the road where it crosses non-open terrain, which I guess that implies that it's the same amount of time whether you're on the road or not.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right. So,
and there is, I guess that's a bridge on 1423.
Yes.
Bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I could do 13 days cross over the bridge. That seems sensible. Okay, so I'm going to go straight down. This is my chart. I'm going straight from 1557, 1517?
1517, yeah.
To 1523.
Okay.
Over to 1423 on the bridge.
Yep.
And then to 1324.
Okay.
And then up to 1223, and then take the road south.
Okay.
Southwest.
South by Southwest.
South by Southwest. So that's the road. That is our road, Master Dwarf.
Oh my god.
I suggest you get used to it.
That is our road, Master Hogfed.
Master Hogfed. I suggest you recover your strength.
Nice. Well, you have no hit points to recover.
Got barely any hit points to lose.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the good news about having 2 hit points is that you recover very quickly. You're back up to full health within like a day.
That's true.
Yeah, you're like,
full health.
I feel great. Never felt better.
Holy shit.
And we've been joking about you being killed by a house cat, and I will tell you that in this Palace of the Vampire Queen, there are house cats. So
oh fuck,
I would lose my shit if that's what kills you.
If that is my fate, then so be it.
So be it.
I'll take over Hogfed at that point.
Lord Almighty. Oh no, we're playing only until Dank Breed eats it, and then we're done.
That's true. Yeah, we can't stay in Blueholme forever.
Unless, no, I'm kidding. All right, so according to this, I'm going to roll once a day. So
once a day?
Once a day. So you're all right. You should be okay.
Okay, that's every 3 hexes.
Every 3 hexes.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so we don't have to role play it out. I don't have to bust out the feast deck or anything, but like, do you go and see your mother for supper?
Considering I have 2 hit points, this very well, maybe the last chance I get to see her alive.
I'm going to start like framing all of my life decisions like, well, considering I only have 3 hit points, I should probably go ahead and take this job offer.
Yeah, like I should call my mom. I
should call my mom. I should probably not get spaghetti takeout dinner tonight. I should probably just have a salad instead.
True. My con crazy low.
Right. Considering I have a con of 6.
Yeah, I will go see my mom for dinner.
See your mother. All right. Take 1d6 psychic damage.
Exactly.
All right. So I will roll. I will roll to see how it went with the trusty handy dandy NPC reaction table. Honestly, one of the things that I feel like more games could benefit from is some kind of random reaction roll.
I agree.
Mechanic. GURPS has one. I mean, technically, Pendragon. You can do it in Pendragon. You can do it in a lot of games.
Yeah, Morkborg has it.
Morkborg, yeah.
The reaction roll and morale, enemy morale.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, it's so funny to me that, like, we're so conditioned to everything fighting to the death.
Yeah,
instead of
ridiculous.
Actually wanting to preserve its own life and running away.
Right, exactly.
Like, if you fight anything in real life,
right,
it's
turns
probably
out
gonna
most things want to get out of the fight as quickly as possible.
Yeah, they just usually run.
Right. All right. Well, you actually end up having a really positive experience.
Wow.
You know, your sister, parents, cousins, everyone turns out. It's kind of a homecoming. Nobody like says anything shady about the fact that you were the queen's chief foot tickler. If anything, they're happy that you're back and that you got out of that cesspit Blueholme.
Yeah, fair.
And I don't know. Are you telling them like whither you are bound?
I tell them I'm on an important quest for the dwarven king.
Nice. That's probably what helps impress them. You know?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. It's like I ease my mother's mind by telling her I will return within within a fortnight. And after that I will be I'll bring honor to our family.
I sense some pathos being set up here, but we'll see. Or possibly bathos.
Oh.
Which is not the same as pathos.
What is bathos?
Bathos is like kind of the opposite of pathos in that it's like a bathetic outcome is oftentimes like anticlimactic or underwhelming.
Oh, fair, yeah.
And in fact, I remember reading a blog post a long time ago talking about how old school D&D is a very bathetic game because you can be on this person thought it was a good thing. But like, you can be on this quest, right? You're going off on this important quest and it's like, Lord of the Rings level important, right? We have to take this ring to this volcano and chuck it in. But like along the way, the DM rolls a random encounter and you run into some giant bees and everybody gets stung with a save or die poison and everyone blows their poison save. And so then everyone just dies in the woods from some giant bees attacking them. And that's a pathetic ending.
And he liked that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I loved it.
I fucking loved it. You wrote a whole blog post about it. I think because he was sick of RPGs that are like, you have to go throw this ring into the volcano and there's really no tension. We know you're going to get to the volcano and you're going to throw the ring in. Like that's going to happen.
That's fair. I mean, I do appreciate what's the word? Ignominious death.
Ignominious
death.
Yes.
Where it's it's just like you were not the chosen one.
Yeah.
I mean that's when I play like MMOs, my character often looks like a shitty town blacksmith, like male pattern baldness if I can get it.
Is male pattern baldness a part of this game? Because if it's not, I'm inventing it.
Exactly. I'm putting in the mod.
Yeah.
Just like I want to be the chosen one. I just want to be like I want to be the dad who stepped up,
Yeah, right. You want to be Samuel L. Jackson in The Long Kiss Goodnight, not
exactly.
Right. Okay, so yeah, so it goes well, and in the morning you head out with your trusty crew of retainers,
Do I
and
do I
oh yes,
bring do I bring Noglar and Rattan and Hogfed to my dinner?
I kind of assumed you had.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fair. And Ralph, the potion tester.
yes, Ralph, right?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Noglar and Rattan. Yes, okay. So you've got two. You've got a berserker, two level 0 warriors, and a flunky. Okay, good.
The ultimate party composition.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
I mean, this is like very old school
Yeah.
because I remember playing like a JRPG on like the Nintendo Entertainment System level, you know, technology, right? I don't know if it was an NES per se, but it was that era. And like you literally started out with like nothing, and then you had to buy like cloth armor and cloth shoes, and then you could like buy leather armor and leather shoes, and you just
Yeah.
like it's like Kingdom Death, it was just
Right.
like hard mode,
Right,
like
yeah.
you have a dagger and a loincloth, go,
Yeah.
like,
Save the world.
save the world. Exactly. Spend the next
dagger
year and a
loincloth,
half
yeah.
building up your character.
Yeah, exactly. Here's your dagger and your loincloth. Go kill God.
Yeah. Exactly. Do you know that book, Our Band Could Be Your Life? The sort of oral history of like hardcore. Okay. It's a great book.
Get that.
Yeah, great book. But I've wanted to write a little essay called Our Game Could Be Your Life for a while. Because I feel like that's how it used to be, like just go all in, whether it's D&D, Traveler, Mythos, whatever, like we're going to give it. But, we talked about that when we played Mythos. Like there's so much material in that game alone. You could literally play that game the rest of your life and still have stuff you had, Rifts, same way. There's just so much stuff. World of Darkness is like old school World of Darkness, same way. You could just like pick one game and never play any other game for like 40 years and still like be like, oh, there's this other campaign we still haven't gotten around to yet.
Yeah, exactly. It's lifestyle games.
Lifestyle for sure.
Yeah. And there's people out there who live that life,
Mm-hmm.
And
well, yeah, you hear about those gaming groups that have like had the same campaign world for 30 years or whatever. So yeah.
People love that shit, and it sounds like my worst nightmare.
I know it sounds impressive, but when you think about like what that would actually be like, it's sort of like, interesting.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh,
that was a choice. That was a choice.
All right.
As we play old school D&D, and
I know exactly.
Talk about taking over playing Hogfed if Dank Brief dies.
I can't cope with losing.
You see how the mind virus infects you.
30 years from now, we're gonna look back at this moment.
You'll be like, wow, where it all started.
Yeah, exactly. When Dank Brief's great grandson is Dank Brief the 10th.
Dank Brief the 10th, yeah. Exactly. Duke of Baylor.
Exactly. It was a level 2 giggler.
No. I can't remember what the Jokester. That's right, because you unlock jokes. You get to actually cast jokes.
So
amazing.
Fucking stupid. Yeah, I don't have anything right now. Okay, so
here we go.
Let's get some travelers.
Oh yeah. Thanks for the reminder. All right, Dwarven King's Tomb. Go.
Oh baby.
All right. We're accelerating. Bump.
I know.
Bump. All right. So you head out from the city of Blueholme. I mean, not Blueholme. Arte or whatever the fuck is. Arto.
Arto.
I don't know what. Look, I don't read Dwarven runes, okay? So
thank you.
So from the city of Arto. And take the south road across the plains of Mir, let's just say.
Okay.
Look, man, this is how game worlds used to get made on the fly. One of my favorite stories about Glorantha is, Greg Stafford had his map of, Dragon Pass and surrounding areas, and he had a bunch of unmarked cities on it. And someone pointed at a city and says, "Does that city have a name?" And he said, "Not yet." And they heard it as Notch It, and that became the canon name of the city to this day. The city is called Notch It.
That's hilarious.
Because he was like, "Not yet." And there you go. All right.
I love it.
Let's see what happened. Oh, fuck. All right. We're already off to a great start.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So we're in 1520, maybe?
Yeah, let me roll a D3. All right, so it's towards the end of the day. You've been traveling most of the day. And I need a D12. Okay, let's see here. You're in the open. All right. Oh, and a D8. God damn it. We were talking about this last time where it's like roll a D8, now roll a D12,
Yeah,
now roll
exactly.
a D6, now roll D percentile. All right, let's see here. You're in the open. Okay.
I have a feeling I'm going to die in this first encounter, dude. I'm not going to lie.
I'm sorry. This is going to be a really short session.
I know. We'll just spend the rest of our time lamenting dank brief.
Yeah, we'll do a debrief for sure.
Yeah,
we'll do a dank brief.
A dank brief debrief. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Do we have a number appearing in these stat blocks? Weirdly enough, we don't. Interesting. I'll have to turn to Arduin.
Oh.
Funny Arduin fact. In the original printing of OD&D, there's like stat blocks in original D&D all the way up through like first edition that feature what do I want to say, like a line that says % in layer. Okay.
Right, yeah.
And that's like, what is the percentage chance that you're encountering this creature in its lair, right? Which is kind of cool. I like that, but they misprinted it, and so it appeared as % liar. Okay. So even though they corrected it with the next printing, Dave Hargrave liked that so much that all of his monsters have a % liar stat block.
That's hilarious.
It's like, what are the chances that this like Gnoblin that you run into is going to have, is going to lie to you about things?
It's hilarious.
I know, it really is. It's like, oh yeah, you can never trust them, those guys. All right, let's see here. Oh, I should just use the Arduin encounter charts generally.
Yeah, we're in Arduin.
We're not, but I'm using their stuff. We're in the world of Blueholme after all.
Oh, right.
Wow. Okay. I'm not sure what's worse. No, that's definitely worse. I was hoping I'd get 100 to 1,000 Thunder Bunnies, but I didn't.
What? Thunder Bunnies?
Thunder Bunnies.
1,000 Thunder Bunnies?
Dude, some of these monster names are outrageous. Let's see. There's Cobbits, which is a kobold hobbit crossbreed. Okay.
Classic.
Wyvergons? I wonder what that is. Orgoyles, that's an ogre gargoyle cross. Thunder Bunnies. Something called a manster.
A manster?
Yeah.
It's got to be a man-hamster crossover.
A man-hamster. and then Gnorks, which has to be like a gnoll and an orc, I suppose.
Gnorks.
Griffalisks, a basilisk griffin hybrid. Lightning spiders? That sounds fun.
This is just giving like, if this was cool, it would be like.
If this was cool.
If this was cool, it'd be like the Elric Beastmen. They just have like mutants.
Yeah.
And it's like no, it's a mutant, but then you roll to see like what aspects it might have.
True.
You could roll dice to roll more dice.
Right, exactly. All right. Well, I'm not gonna have you run into 8 to 64 orcs. That's just not happening. I'm not that
8 to 64 orcs.
Number of creatures must be decided by the referee. Okay, so we're gonna go back and we're gonna use the Blueholme encounter chart. Oh, okay, fine.
How the hell are you supposed to take on even 8 orcs?
I know, right? Well, the thing that I'm then supposed to do as the DM is decide, okay, I rolled 37 orcs. What are they doing? Is this like an encampment? Is it a raiding party? Is it a village?
Go with the orcs, David.
I'm going to go with what I originally rolled.
Okay, go with what you originally rolled.
Because you'll at least have a chance against that.
Okay,
good. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so you're out in the open. Of course, the open can encompass many different things.
True.
I'm going to say it's getting towards the end of the day. And you're coming up, you're thinking about making camp, and you're coming up towards like a farmstead, maybe like a manor estate, just kind of out here in the middle of nowhere. There's a large sort of half timbered house and a barn, but you can see that the barn is kind of half collapsed, and there's no smoke coming from the chimney of the house. So, what do you want to do?
Well, perhaps if this house is empty, it would make a good place to stay the night.
Your companions nod their agreement.
Maybe we should check the barn first.
Check the barn first. How do you want to check the barn?
Hogfed says.
Oh, playing your henchman now. I'm for it. I'm
play
into
all
it.
My henchman.
All right.
How do we want to check it? What's my thief skills? What kind of thief skills can I use to check the barn?
Well, of course, you can always try and listen.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, go ahead and roll me a percentile.
A 34.
Oh. Okay. So you come up to the side of the barn and you put your ear to one of the rotted planks, and you hear a slight rustling noise coming from the loft area, as if something is sort of scuttling.
Scuttling.
Yes.
I signal to my companions to stop and then point up towards the loft.
Mm-hmm.
And then I draw both of my crossbows, my light crossbows.
Yes.
To signal to them to draw their weapons.
Okay.
And then I slowly turn the corner and peek into the barn. What do I see with my dark vision?
My dark vision. Let's see here. Mm-hmm.
By the way, competitively, we're doing awful on time.
We are. We really are. It's true. We're spending way too much time actually socializing and having a good time.
I know. This needs to be way faster.
All right. With your dark vision, since you know where to look, you can see up in the loft a very dense array of thick webs.
I'm going to wait there for a moment and just keep my eye looking for movement on the webs.
Where are you exactly? Are you in the barn, or are you just peeking your head through the door?
I'm just peeking my head through the door, or even if there's like a split in the wood that I can look through.
Mm-hmm. I'm
still mostly outside.
Yeah.
Or as much outside as I can be, with my companions lined up behind me.
Do the thing where like each of your heads appears and
exactly, yeah,
above the other.
Scooby-Doo,
yeah,
Scooby-Doo stack.
Scooby-Doo stack, the well-known Scooby-Doo stack. You see no evidence of any movement.
But I heard the scuttling.
You did hear the scuttle.
Okay. I'm gonna look around. Do I see anything else? Is there like a treasure chest or anything in there? Looking for treasure.
Looking for treasure. All right. Let's see. Let's go to the random table. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. What? A D14. Thanks, guys. That's great.
D14.
That's really Helpful. All right, there we go. No, you don't see any evidence of anything. No treasure chests or anything.
Well, then I back away from the door slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Close the door. Yeah, exactly. And I look to Hogfed and the gang, and I say, "There's something in there, but it's just going to give us trouble. Let's look in the house."
Okay. So, moving to the house, you no doubt go through a similar sequence of careful investigation, but we'll cut to the chase by saying there's no wandering monsters in the house.
Okay,
and,
good.
If I was a true old school DM, I'd still be making you roll detect noise and like making you be all paranoid, but we got to move on to this dungeon, man. We got to get there.
Exactly. I'm already paranoid. So
yeah.
We'll get in there and sleep. We'll arrange shifts through the night between the 5 of us.
Mm-hmm. I am going to give you XP for avoiding that, though.
Whoa, are you sure?
Played. Absolutely. It demonstrated some wisdom on your part. Things aren't there just to be slain.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Now, if there'd been treasure, would have been a different matter,
exactly,
right?
Exactly. Yeah. I know. I want the gold.
I like the idea that there would just be a treasure chest just sitting there. Like,
you never know.
for you to like smash with your sword and all these coins jump out. And,
there were 4 berserkers in a closet, so you just
making out in a closet. So.
They were kissing and they were boys.
All right, moving along. All right. So the following day, you continue following the South Road and encounter increasingly fewer farmsteads and holdings. And by the end of the day, are obliged to camp out under the stars. But fortunately, you are unmolested.
Excellent.
And able to get a good night's sleep.
All right.
Okay.
Wake up in the morning. We get some breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Hogfed's caught us a couple rabbits.
No doubt.
Nulgar exactly. Nulgar and Raton are cooking man in the fire, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sharpening my Jester stick.
Jester stick. Sharpening?
I'm sharpening my Jester stick, making sure that my socks and underwear are extra dirty and smelly.
Yes. Oh, they're going to be primed after like 4 days on the road. Come on. Kidding me?
That's right. They're going to have all kinds of weird sweat stains.
Oh, God.
Rash pockets.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, all kinds of ringworm.
Ringworm. All right, we continue on.
Nice. Okay. So the road turns southwest the next morning, and in time you arrive at a great bridge spanning the Crystal Mist River. This is obviously of ancient construction. The stones are weathered and covered in moss and algae. And perhaps worryingly, on either side of the bridge, on your side of the river, are great pikes festooned with severed heads of men and other humanoid creatures. Most in a state of either complete decomposition or mummification, although there is one fresh head at the very top of one of the pikes.
These lads must have had 1 HP. I'm twice as strong as they are.
This is where the house cats bring their their trophies.
Exactly. All right. Well, I'm being caught. I'm looking around. I'm telling the gang to look around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look under the bridge.
It's a good way to run into a troll.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I'm trying to avoid. It might be a river troll or something down there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're just looking around, scanning the area. Real good.
Okay. So you give it a good look-see, and perhaps fortunately do not find any evidence of trolls or other residents of the bridge area.
Okay.
And so in due course, you determine the bridge to be safe.
Okay. Any signs or anything that's like this way or keep out?
I don't know what about these pikes full of severed heads doesn't say keep out to you, but
It's true. I'm probably illiterate anyways.
Probably illiterate. Actually, no, I think I do remember reading something somewhere in the character creation section that everyone is assumed to be literate. So
well, that's nice.
It just makes it easier, right?
Yeah, sadly. Easy mode. Everybody's literate.
That's right.
Okay. Well, I've got my weapons out just in case. Don't know if anything's gonna like descend from above or anything like that. So
right.
I'm looking. We're moving across the bridge cautiously. Keeping our eyes out for everything. We're all huddled up together, tight formation. Ralph, the potion tester, is pulling up the rear.
Poor bastard. He's the only one who's going to get out of this alive.
I know. He's going to be left in the dungeon for decades until somebody comes and gets him.
Let's see. Okay. Interesting.
I'm expecting our audience to play this game later in the Dank Brief expanded universe.
Yes, absolutely.
So everything that happens here is canon.
The legend of Dank Brief. Okay. All right. So you are. See, this is interesting because, like, back in the day when I used to run D&D, like for real, like seriously, I'd roll for random encounters. This is the second edition era, but still, they had a random encounter supposition to your overland travel. And so if I were to roll something like, say, I don't know, hobgoblins.
Sure.
I would then go to the Monsters Compendium and it would say number appearing 20 to 200 or whatever the fuck, and I'd roll 20 d10 and it would be like 113 hobgoblins or whatever. And then I'd just be like, 113 hobgoblins are heading your way. What do you do? Like, and it wasn't until years later that it occurred to me, like, I should actually like narratively weave in why there are 113 hobgoblins in the area. They're not just like literal wandering monsters.
113 hobgoblins are walking aimlessly towards
just walking aimlessly going, oh, where are the adventurers?
Oh, yeah.
Saying all that to say that there's an excellent Blueholme supplement called Explorer Encounters that has a bunch of pre-generated encounters. So if I were to say roll hobgoblins on your encounter for the day.
Did you roll hobgoblins for my encounter, dude?
Maybe. There are actually a couple of different hobgoblin encounters with like kind of a little narrative background to them.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
You're benefiting from the fact that I'm not merely just going to throw some hobgoblins at you to fight. So the road turns west once you cross the bridge and follows the curve of the Crystal Mist River. Okay.
Beautiful.
And so it's about midday or early afternoon when you spot up ahead on the river a barge coming your way very slowly. It is being propelled along by two rows of oarsmen. Obviously, it'd be going in circles if it was just one row of oarsmen. And you can hear a rhythmic drum being pounded to mark their, rowing rhythm. Because they are rowing upstream. The barge looks quite awesome because it is this sort of like dark wood with spiked poles sticking out at random intervals, each with like ragged banners depicting like mantis heads and demon skulls and whatnot.
Damn.
And there's like shields down the sides, that the oars stick out between, and all the shields are like round shields with like lots of studs and rivets on them and stuff. Even from this distance, you can see that the rowers are probably goblins, and the creature manning the drum has the distinctive orange fur pelt of a hobgoblin.
Mm-hmm.
So
and they're rolling
at least 3 times your size and weight.
Are they rolling towards us or away from us?
Towards you, of course. Not
Wandering.
that generous.
That's true.
Yeah. Hey, look at that ship out on the horizon. Well, anyway.
Are we? Okay. Where are we at? We're off the bridge.
You have been following the road along the riverbank because that's the course it takes. So you're in hex 1323.
Okay, I was just
put it in naked game terms.
Yeah, I need naked games.
Okay, we all do.
Okay, yeah. Huh. All right, I'm looking around. Is there anywhere to hide?
You're out in the open.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that there's rushes by the river, riverbank, and
like just tall grass.
Otherwise, if you just kind of duck into the tall grass and hit the deck, you can probably escape notice.
I'll make a bird call. And
yeah.
my companions know that means to hit the ground. And we all hit the ground.
Get off the road.
Get off the road. Get off the road. And I peel the grass back just slightly so I can look through it.
Suddenly you're wearing like a boonie cap and
exactly.
You have, like, grease paint on your face.
And I'm watching the ship. I'm not really worried about the goblins because they're rowing. But there's a hobgoblin beating the drum. There might be more on there that are actually like keeping a lookout.
Yeah. Okay.
Are they gonna? I guess they're gonna clear under the bridge at some point.
Yeah. Well, that's some miles behind you, so you needn't worry about that at this point. But you watch as they slowly row past, and indeed you do see another hobgoblin sort of pacing up and down the deck of the barge, sort of keeping an eye out. He's on lookout duty, obviously. So, but the 2 hobgoblins you can see are both very well equipped. They have composite bows slung at their belts, and they're armored, and the guard has a spear. So typical
beyond us.
Probably. I mean, you could always snipe at one if you wanted to. You get the backstab bonus.
Yeah, but then what?
They just keep going.
They just keep going. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that can sometimes happen.
Yeah. It's one stray arrow.
Depends on whether you feel like you could outrun hobgoblins, I guess.
I'm going to say 25 feet move for me. No.
Yeah.
And even Ralph is probably faster than I am.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. I think we'll just wait until they pass,
Yeah. All right. Sure thing. All right. So you watch them pass and then resume your journey.
Yeah.
That evening, you camp in the woods on the borders of the Great Dismal Swamp.
And
it
smells fetid here.
It is. It's fetid with an OE.
Fwitted.
Heated, even. But fortunately, your night passes without any untoward disturbances.
Although I am being eaten by mosquitoes.
Yes. What do they get? What do they eat when they can't get dwarves? You think
exactly.
to yourself.
And I get malaria.
Hey man, first edition Dungeon Master Guide did have rules for diseases, so
diseases are out there.
They're out there. I remember when I saw that, I was like, that is so cool. That's the coolest thing ever. It's like, yes, nothing's cooler than infecting your player characters with communicable diseases.
It's even cooler when there's not a spell that's cure disease.
Well, Yeah, there is that for sure. Yeah, I guess that was the rationale. We have to have diseases. We have cure disease as a spell.
Cure disease.
Of course, back then, first level clerics didn't get magic, so if you had a bunch of first level characters running around.
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. All right. And so the next day, you venture into the swamp.
11:24 is where we're at.
11:24. Do you want to go down the road, correct?
Yeah, I want to go down the road.
Okay.
To, I guess, 0825 and then up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. I mean, we'll see when we get to 925.
See what kind of condition you're in.
Yeah, something might force us,
Sure.
through the marsh or something.
True. Well, for the time being, you're following this ancient causeway that cuts its way through the swampy marshlands. You can't help but think that if anything did ambush you here, you really wouldn't have very many options in terms of running away before getting caught in the no doubt ubiquitous quicksand pits that litter the swamp.
Classic.
But fortunately, the gods are looking out for you this day, and you spend the entire day's walking journey being bothered by nothing more than midges, mosquitoes, and the occasional swamp crow. But yeah,
great.
You're able to camp out that night on the causeway and pass the night unmolested.
Okay, we head into the castle. Which, is it a castle or is it a dungeon?
It is a castle that is mapped like a dungeon, so make it make sense.
Okay, fair. Is it above? Is it subterranean or?
I have no idea. Its relationship to actual castle floor plans is entirely coincidental. So.
Cool.
Okay. Oh boy. All right. Well, you'll notice there's one last hex that you have to traverse before you get there.
Oh God. Get a random encounter.
You did.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Oh, well, this makes sense. Centuries, right?
Yeah. Let's
be
see.
careful. Be careful, Hogfed. They say a great vampire queen lives in these swamps. And all who gaze upon her fall under her spell.
Oh my goodness. Maybe so. But as you are following the causeway as it turns towards the north, your your heart drops down into your stomach when you hear terrible war cries coming out of the swamp to the north of you. Yeah. These sort of uncanny hootings sound very nasally and hostile. So let's see what the encounter distance is here. I haven't really concerned myself with that yet, but it could make a difference this time.
Oh boy. Yeah, because if I can just run into the castle, maybe they won't follow me.
Yes, that's a good point. Okay, let's see. 7, 8. Oh, that's close. All right, so less than 100 yards away, out from among the mangrove trees, you see 5 leathery, rubbery hided monstrosities with strange bristly hair growing up out of the back of their skulls and empty sockets for eyes loping towards you. It is the unmistakable shape of trolls.
Ugh.
Yes. Indeed.
I hate trolls.
Do you now?
If I run, are they going to catch up?
You never know. Trolls are known to be rather quick.
All right. I just say run.
Run!
Run! Trolls!
Trolls! All right.
How many are there?
5.
Oh, God. 5. Yeah, definitely run.
They look weirdly well equipped. Like they're wearing patchwork armor, and they have shields, spears, and battle axes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have any.
On the upside, on the upside, they have rather large belt pouches that no doubt are being weighed down with much loot. But
5 trolls? No
Mm-hmm.
way. How many hit die do trolls have?
Only one way to find out.
No way. No way. If they get close enough, maybe I'll turn around and start shooting.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. But I really want to get inside that castle, and then maybe we can bar the door from the inside.
Okay, I like it. Okay. Well, we don't really have chase rules. This sort of game predates that concept. What's your dexterity? Oh, it's pretty high, isn't it?
18 is my dexterity.
Nice. All right. Why don't you make me a dex roll?
Yeah, there you go. I'll do a dexterity test.
A test, please.
A characteristic test.
Yes, exactly.
Our favorite rule.
That's right. So roll me a percentile to start.
The only rule.
Pretty much.
37.
37. Oh, you know what I didn't do actually? Hold on a second. I didn't roll for their. Okay. Interesting. 37 you say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So roll 37 plus 18 though. So that's 57. Okay. Roll an 8-sider, please.
A 4.
Okay. 4 times 18 is 72? No, that can't be right. Is it?
Yep, you're right.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Wow.
Roll impressed. 72 or less on a D100. Thank you. That's why I'm the dungeon master. That's why I'm the immortal level dungeon master.
All right. Well, I got 100. I rolled a 10 and a 10. I guess that's 100.
That would be 100. No. Wait. Yeah, it's a 10 and a 10. You're right. That is 100. Unless we're going 0 to 99, but I don't think that's how it works. Unfortunately,
I don't think it is either.
If we were playing the Aliens adventure game, that's how that works. But,
if only.
If only. All right.
You can hear that on our Patreon.
Yes, you can. if you want, I guess.
If you want, you do. It's a good session.
That was a good session. Yeah, but I'll never forget the process of firing a machine gun into a soft skin vehicle.
True.
And determining that you like cut the transmission line and did this and did that, and then like the last shot was like, oh, and you also hit the gas tank and it blows up. We just spent the last 5 minutes determining that. Okay.
Well, fortunately, the game predates fumbles as well, so 100 doesn't.
Well, actually, good old Dave Hargrave introduced fumble tables, so.
Good.
But technically, they're only for combat. So lucky.
Oh, okay.
However, I'm going to say that, the causeway has some, slimy mud and mold on it. So you try to start to run and you slip. Let me roll for your compatriots here. Okay. So Hogfed, to his credit, stops and circles back to help you up. But as you see the trolls drawing nearer, you can see that they are sort of pulling up a little bit, like as if they're maybe thinking better of going after you.
All right. I get to my feet with Hogfed.
Trolls are notoriously scared of jesters. No.
Yeah, exactly. And I put my hands out in front of me. I guess I stand my ground. Yeah. And I look back to Hogfed and the gang, and I say, don't look like a threat. Perhaps we can reason with them.
Indeed. Okay, so what kind of languages do you speak?
Reason with a troll.
Reason with a troll?
Noglar says.
Chosen man, you.
What languages do I speak? Don't I speak an absurd amount of languages?
Yes, it was like 5 or something. And I made you pick them because that's the old school way.
I don't have them written down. Oh, no, I do.
Okay. I was going to say, I thought you did.
but I did not pick trollish. I've got Fraintish, Goblin, Orcish, Ogrish, Elvish, and Common.
Okay. I'm going to say they speak Orcish.
Okay.
So you can communicate with them. You try a few words in different languages.
Yeah.
Finally hit on Orcish. What do you want to ask them?
Are they coming at me hard? Are they aggressive? Weapons drawn?
They're guarded.
They're guarded. I say, we do not mean you harm. We are here for the Vampire Queen.
Okay, so one of them barks back and says, we are mercenaries in need of employment.
Well, how much do you cost? What are your wages?
What are you offering? And be careful, because if you insult us, we will eat you. 500 gold pieces.
500,000 gold.
You insult us by offering too much.
I say, there's 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I say, if you help me get through this castle and out again, we will split the earnings evenly amongst us. We are all equals here, and should you die, we'll cover funeral expenses.
Funeral expenses. All right, split the winnings equally.
Split the winnings equally, because we all carry our own weight here, and we believe that no man is better than any troll.
So they confer amongst each other in their trollish language for a moment. And then the leader says, "We agree to your terms if you can pay us 20 gold up front, for we have no guarantee that there will be treasure to be split."
I will pay you I will pay you 25 gold up front.
Whoa, you upped the offer?
Yeah, I'll pay you 25 up front as a show of good faith.
Okay.
Because the last thing I was like, they give me I give them 20 gold and then they just kill me or whatever.
Sure.
Or they backstab me in the dungeon.
All right. They slosh forward through the muck, and soon they are looming over you. They smell awful. It's the worst stench you've ever smelled, and you were living in Blueholme for 5 years. So that's really saying something.
I rub my socks and underwear against their oily troll skin.
Yeah. Stand still. I have to do this.
Extra
to do this thing.
To do this thing. This is normal where I'm from.
It's a completely normal thing. Okay, so they accept your offer, and you hand over the gold.
I'm down to 23 gold, 23 and a half.
All right. Okay, so you have 5 troll mercenaries in your employ now.
I had to pay my guys. So how many days did it take us to get here? 4 days?
4 days, yep.
10. Okay, so I'm down to 13 and a half gold.
Whew. Okay.
I'm losing experience at this point. I need 80, or I have 80 experience points. Instead of 80. All right. I got 5 trolls.
You got 5 trolls working for you. You might survive this after all. I don't know.
Holy shit.
I know. Yeah, I rolled really well on their reaction role, so they were willing to listen to offers, as it put it.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now I've got my band of 10 folks.
Mm-hmm.
And we stroll up to the castle. I am asking the trolls, though. Like, since you live in the area, what rumors, or have you heard about the Vampire Queen, or what do you know of her castle?
So they are actually newish to the area.
I'm new in town.
They're new in town. They just bought this place. They were formerly under the thrall of a evil wizard who named Quascaton, who lived to the north in that unmarked castle up there. But he has died, and so his magical enchantment over them popped, and they've been working their way south as mercenaries for the last few months.
How did the wizard die?
We do not know.
Is his castle worth visiting?
The castle was burned down, but he had many labyrinthine passageways underneath. Don't ask me why I have such a great vocabulary.
Only a wizard would bestow the vocabulary you have onto a troll.
That's right. Yes, the wizard. It's the wizard. The wizard did it.
The wizard did it. I'd say perhaps when we're done here with my mission here, we will go to these dungeons beneath the Tower of the Dead Wizard.
We'll go in search of the unknown.
And exactly. But we must be cautious, because even in death, a wizard is not to be trusted.
Indeed. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to retcon that slightly. The wizard's name was Xenopus.
Oh, thanks for making that correction.
Yes, that's for the listeners out there who are like, you fool. In Search of the Unknown wasn't published till 1978, whereas the Tower of Xenopus came with the Holmes basic set. You clod.
You knave.
You fool.
Okay. All right. Let's get to the dungeon.
So I'm imagining that this castle, because I literally have nothing to go off of here other than this map. But you come up to this castle, and it looks like Castle Grayskull. I mean, that's how I'm picturing it. It's just a big fucking skull face with like two towers on either side,
Except it has big vampire teeth.
It has vampire teeth, right? Exactly. Yeah. The portcullis has little fangs on it, actually.
Perfect.
Yeah. But it's open.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going in. I'm leading the way. I've got a lot of confidence.
I started to like rekey this dungeon onto like an actual like online map of a castle. 0-1 maps. Those guys.
Yeah.
They have a map called the Vampire's Castle.
Oh.
And I was like, I'll just do that. And then I'm like, what am I doing? This is the whole point of this, is that it makes no sense, because this is how it was in 77, right?
True.
So I'm going to describe the interior of this place, and it is, generally speaking, it is going to be stone construction.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that there is no lighting.
All right. So that's like a candelabra or something.
Maybe at some point. Hold on. Let me see if it actually mentions lighting at any point here.
Do trolls have dark vision?
Of course they do.
Okay.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Okay, that's what that is. Quarter scale. A quarter inch equals 6 feet. Gee, thanks. Let me get my ruler out.
A quarter inch.
I know. It's so specific. Are these quarter-inch squares? I am going to get my ruler out. Hold on. Get my T-square out.
Squares?
All right.
Why wouldn't you just say one square then?
I know. Isn't that weird? They are quarter-inch squares.
Oh my god. Furious.
Wow. This is infuriating. Okay, so you walk through the portcullis gatehouse complex, and you are looking at a 12-foot wide corridor, weirdly enough.
Okay.
How do you know it's exactly 12 feet wide? Why? Because a 1/4 inch equals 6 feet, of course. Now, you got lighting sources, correct? Because you have some weak humans with no dark vision with you.
Yeah, I assume that they have their own shit.
That is quite an assumption you've made.
It's in the men-at-arms and a berserker have something.
You got to equip them yourself. All they have is what I told you, which is their weapons and any armor that they might have on them, and that was it.
Right. Okay.
And there's no retconning. So
look around. Or actually, Hogfed is saying, we need to look at what's his?
No, he's Swedish.
We need to look around. There you go. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we need to look around. I can't see in the dark.
I can't see in the dark like a little dwarf. Or a big troll. Wow, it's a berserker, a dwarf, and a troll. This actually sounds like a Norse
true, yeah,
saga of some kind. All right.
Yeah, and Noglar and Rattan also are trying to find some torches.
Okay. I will say that yes, there are many unlit sconces throughout these corridors. So with just a little bit of searching, right there at the front entrance, you're able to grab a couple of dusty, cobwebby torches and spark them up. Of course, the trolls aren't too happy about that, but so it goes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to split into 2 parties.
I was gonna ask, what is your marching order?
Yeah, so I'll be up front with the 5 trolls.
Okay.
And then roughly 30 feet behind will be Hogfed, Noglar, Rattan, and Ralph.
Okay.
Because they'll have
feet. Okay.
Yeah, because they'll have their torches, and I think the torch dim light goes for 30 feet, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so we're just beyond that, so it doesn't impede our dark vision.
Okay.
And I'm acting. I might even be a little bit further ahead. I might be like 5 feet ahead of the trolls.
Okay.
I've got my Jester stick. Poking around. I'm using it like my 10-foot pole.
Okay.
In such a way.
How big do you think this stick is, by the way?
Probably like 2 feet.
At most. It's more like a scepter, like,
I'm
the merchant of mirth, or whatever.
The merchant of mirth. So, I think a scepter is gonna be about 24 inches, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So I've got that in front of me.
Okay.
I do have wooden stakes strapped to my pack across my chest like a vampire hunter.
I know, this is so outrageous.
I've got my garlic and a mallet in my my belt loop. And a frog in my belt loop.
Okay, right.
My acid squirting flower is primed.
Okay.
Primed and ready. In one hand, I've got a light crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah, and in the other hand, I've got my Jester stick. Okay. I still have my pillow.
You're equipped.
And then, I'm moving forward a little bit, just kind of like testing things. I am like, I will say, so we're in the first 12-foot corridor. I'm going to take some time to search it for hidden passageways and any kind of, slight, recess or drop in angle of the floor.
Yeah. Okay. How much time are you taking?
I will take a turn.
Okay.
10 minutes, right?
10 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Let's see here.
And I rolled a 3 for looking for doors, secret doors.
Okay. All right.
Which I think is a success.
Think again. But
is it not? I thought if I took a turn, it gave me better odds.
Not officially, no. I am willing to give you better odds on things like opening locks or searching for traps if you take longer.
Oh, right. Yeah, I do want to be searching for traps too.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have to get specific here because we've got this 12-foot wide corridor. Your dark vision goes how far?
60 feet.
Okay, so right at the right at the limit of your dark vision, as you are standing in the entrance, you can see a door on either side facing each other, left and right, and then the corridor continues on into the darkness.
Okay, we'll continue up that way. I'm searching for traps, searching for secret doors.
Okay.
I asked the trolls, like, can you see those doors from where we're at?
They grunt.
Can you see beyond those doors?
You are assuming a lot about how these stat blocks, how detailed these stat blocks are. So I'm gonna say they shake their long-nosed heads.
Okay.
Negative.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's. We'll stick together. All right.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna stay left. I'm gonna stay on the left wall.
All right. So what about the door? Do you want to? Are you searching it? You say?
Yeah, I'm gonna search for traps. I'm gonna listen.
Okay. Let's find out.
And then see if it's unlocked.
All right. Give me a roll to search for traps.
Is that a D6?
That is, you wish. That's a percentile roll.
Oh, what's the D6? Oh,
That's just to spot things like concealed doors and
right,
and that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, to detect construction related things on a 1 or 2. Right. Well, I rolled a D6 and I got a 2. So is there anything around?
Oh, like new construction or anything?
Yeah, any construction related oddities?
No, actually, and I just noticed this. Okay, so the Palace of the Vampire Queen PDF that I'm working off of here, credit where it's due, was published by Précis Intermedia in 2019. It is a classic reprint, as they put it here. So it's cleaned up and legible. But there's a little intro here. It says, first published in 1976, this rare dungeon kit returns. Much of it has been remastered, but the spirit of the original is intact. This kit contains detailed maps of the dank and darkened chambers of the tomb stronghold of the Vampire Queen. So I guess this is supposed to be the tombs under the castle.
Okay.
Which makes a little bit more sense.
Okay.
So anyway, you went in the castle, you poked around for a bit, you came down some stairs, now you're in the tombs. Done. Okay. Sorted. All right, so... All right, so sorry, what did you roll in percentile?
Construction stuff was a 2, if there's anything there. And then for percentile, I got a 69.
Nice. The door does not seem to be trapped.
Okay. And I'll listen.
Okay.
With a 77.
You hear nothing.
All right. And I will test the door handle, the doorknob.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a knob? Is it just push open?
It's a push, and it is stuck.
Okay. I will nod to one of the trolls, and I'll say, "The door's stuck."
The troll nods back.
Yeah,
hefts
putting it
one of
down.
his giant battering ram legs.
Yeah,
and just kicks it open.
I look shocked. I was surprised. I'm like, "Oh, Jesus!"
Shocked Pikachu face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You're looking into a narrower hallway, about 5 or 6 feet wide, that goes for about 20 feet and ends in a door.
All right. I'll go down, looking for traps, looking for secret doors.
Mm-hmm.
Until I get to the door, and I'll do the same thing. Listen, check for traps.
Okay. Give me that list. Oh, wait a minute. Let me roll something here. Oh, okay. Interesting. Go ahead and make those rolls for me.
What am I rolling first?
Whichever you would like. Whatever you think is the better sequence.
I guess traps first.
Okay.
And I got a 38.
You find no traps.
Okay, I'm gonna listen with a 59.
You hear nothing. However, what the fuck? What the? All right. This is insane. This is insane. All right, hold on. One second. Oh my god. Okay, so.
By the way, you have 9 NPCs to run in combat without enemies.
This is awful. All right, so. Because it's about to. All right. So you're done listening. You're getting ready to do whatever you're going to do next when suddenly Hogfed, standing at the end of the corridor out in the main hall, says, Dank brief, you may want to come back out here. And he's got a little grin on his face.
I turn around. Is there, like, I see Hogfed.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see?
You can see the flickering of some torchlight, being held by Ralph, no doubt.
May want to come back here. Do I have any thief skills that will, like, how do I can I suspect things? This seems fishy to me.
You don't have trusting suspicious. Sorry.
I do not. Okay. So, all right. So I'm gonna make my way back that way with the 5 trolls, and I'm just keeping I've got my wits about me.
Okay. You emerge into the main corridor, and you see, kind of waiting for you, perhaps like posed like a hip hop crew, like that.
Like the Ginyu Force.
Yes, exactly. a half dozen of your cousins who have followed you all this way after having heard about your quest. They have come to help you out.
What the fuck? How did
I rolled random encounter, 1d6 dwarves. I rolled 6 dwarves. I rolled for their attitude. I got an 11, which is total ally. So now you've got fucking 6 dwarves on your crew, and I'm going crazy. So, losing my mind.
All right, so I've got Hogfed the Berserker, Ralph the Potion Tester, Noglar and Raton the Men-at-Arms, 5 trolls and 6 dwarves.
I can't. I'm gonna have to have like a breath weapon take you all out or something. I don't know.
You're gonna have to do something. I'm never fighting. I'm gonna stay in the back.
You're never fighting. We're now officially into miniatures wargame territory. Like break out the Chessex map and the miniatures, man. Like we're doing this.
I have a full warband.
Oh my god. I could have rolled gelatinous cube, but no. I had to roll 1d6 dwarves.
We all hug each other and
hug it out.
Yeah, exactly. And I introduce everybody to my 6 cousins, Feely and Keely and Balin.
Right.
Balin and Thorin.
Bomber,
yes. Exactly.
Here's the fat one, the affable one, the young one, the old one.
Yeah, none of them have dialogue.
Yeah, exactly. They're all just like, haha, hello.
And I nod and I say, we're gonna find our princess. That's what we're doing here. And
that's why we came.
That's right. And don't mind the trolls. They're on our side.
Yeah, they're. If you weren't here, they'd be far more suspicious, but they trust you.
Totally. I look back at one of the trolls and I say, "Kick the door down."
So that door actually opens inwards.
Oh. Open that door politely.
The troll gives it a good tug, and it still doesn't open. And then he just looks at you and he says, "Locked."
I will go up there with my lockpick kit
and
try to unlock the door.
For each additional turn you spend, you get plus 10%. How many turns would you like to spend beyond the first?
Well, I rolled a 92, so however many turns I need.
I'm going to let you re-roll that after making your decision.
Oh, okay. I get a 10%, but I don't know what my base skill is.
Wahaha.
I assume it's 5.
-7.
So I'm gonna spend, and each turn is 10 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna spend 2 turns max.
Okay.
20 minutes is so long to sit there while
I know, right?
a dozen people watch and judge me.
Yeah, just like, oh, God. All right.
Yeah,
No pressure.
Is he good at this?
All right, go ahead and re-roll.
53.
The lock is beyond your capacity.
Fuck.
Yeah. You can come back when you're level 2.
Can the trolls not bust it down?
I rolled for their open doors, and even with troll strength, they couldn't.
What the fuck? Okay.
These are sturdy tomb doors, man.
Sturdy tomb doors. All right, we'll check the other door. This door is magical. We can't. There's no way to open it.
And then, like, the door just opens. Some guy walks out. Oh, hey, what's up?
Yeah. There's nothing embarrassing happening here.
Yeah, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Okay, so crossing over to the other side, this door opens out.
It's inconvenient.
Roll to see if it is. Okay, it is also stuck fast.
Right.
You want your troll to rip it open?
I'll check it for traps.
Go for it.
67.
No traps.
Okay, great. I'll try to unlock it first.
Oh, all right. How many turns do you want to spend on that?
Just, cursory, 1 turn maybe.
The basic.
Okay. Yeah. 47?
47, no.
Okay. I look at the troll and I say, kick it down.
Kick it down.
Kick it down! Bring it down!
So since it opens out, he just kicks it off the hinges like that Big Bird gif, It just like falls in. All right, let me roll for surprise for the goblins that dwell within.
What a surprise!
Let's see who's surprised and who isn't. All right, surprise. All right, when an encounter occurs, one or both sides are not aware of the other. Either will be surprised on a roll of 1 to 2 on a d6. Okay, you're the white one. They're the yellow ones. They are surprised.
I would also be surprised to see.
Yeah, like what's a
Big Bird? Big Bird, a company. Yeah, exactly. One of my trolls is Big Bird, canonically.
Each surprised character or monster must roll 1d6, and on a 1 will drop any handheld items in shock. What a bizarre rule. Okay. This must be one of those Holmes Basic, unique factors. Unique
As someone who's easily startled, I also would drop whatever the fuck
I was right there with them. Yeah.
Somebody kicked a door open. Jesus Christ!
All right. All right. Oh, actually, 3 of them were sleeping. No wonder they were surprised.
Oh.
Okay. So actually, 3 of them don't have their weapons with them at all. But the guard does not drop his weapon.
What are these?
Goblins. Which, obviously, since David Bowie is the Goblin King, canonically, these all look like Muppets.
Oh, well, now I don't want to kill him.
I know.
I bust in there as soon as they can see the full might.
He's ready to fight, though, man.
Of our fellowship.
Okay.
And I say, surrender, goblins. You've no chance. No chance against the fucking fellowship.
The fucking fellowship. We don't have to swear.
We don't have a name.
Yeah, fucking. I don't know what the fuck we're called. All right, so let's see here. These goblins. So we go in Dex order. So you're calling for them to surrender.
Calling them for, yeah, exactly.
I just rolled their reaction and I got a supremely hostile.
Oh.
However, he is surprised, so the lead troll's just gonna run in there. Do you want to roll, please, for your allies so that I don't have to just sit here and roll both sides?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So let's see here.
How many d20s should I roll?
Motherfucker. All right, this guy. Well, he just has the 1 attack, so that's the good news. Okay. No, these are 4 hit die trolls. Okay, so let me pull up my reference sheets here. Attack rolls. Creature attack rolls. Hit dice 4. Okay. And the gubbins are AC 5. So please to be rolling a d20. And you're going to need a 10 or higher.
I got a 10.
Hey. All right. Roll 1d8 damage.
Oh. One. I'm surprised not everything is a d6 in this game.
Well, it is technically, although monsters can sometimes be different.
Right.
Or by weapon. So, actually, technically, these guys have battle axes. Hold on. Let me consult Arduin and see what it has to say about battle axes.
Please.
Please.
Consult the Arduin.
Consult the Arduin. The Grimoire.
The Grimoire.
All right. Battle axe. There we are. Okay. No, that's armor class adjustments. Let's see here. Where creatures combat chart? What? All right. I don't know why they deserve their own combat chart, but okay.
I believe it.
Let's see. I know, right?
Subsections of rules.
God almighty. God help us. Well, again, this game could be your life. So there you go.
Sure. This game could be your life.
Missile damage table, armor class. There it is. Okay. So let's see. These guys are 1 hit die. Are they 1 hit die? What the hell are they?
We're 4 hit die.
They're 1 hit die. Oh no, the goblins.
Oh.
Okay. And we've got a battle axe. Okay, so it's actually 1d8. So go ahead and re-roll that. Or no, you rolled 1d8.
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a 1. And I re-rolled and it was a 2.
Well, that could actually make it.
True. I know. It would kill me.
It would kill you. Yeah, that's true. All right. So
Jesus Christ.
What a thunderous blow.
2 damage.
You monster. All right. So your lead troll rushes in and swings at the guard, who jumps out of the way but still gets nicked a little bit. Okay, so let's see. We're going back to the pairing conventions here. Monster motivation, yes. Okay, so the guard is going to try and fend off the troll that's attacking him. The other 3 are jumping up with their weapons, having been awoken. Declaration of intent. Players declare the character's intentions for the coming round. Okay, so we've got a troll in the room. We've got you at the door. I'm going to say the other 4 trolls are behind you, and then all your other companions are kind of stacked up behind them. So what do you want to do?
I think we all rush in and slaughter the goblins.
Cool. Do you want to use your crossbow or hand weapons?
I'm gonna use a pillow.
Fuck. Do you have the stats for a pillow, or do I have to get those for you?
You're going to have to get those.
Okay.
And in fact, I'm going to run in and grab one of the goblins' pillows and then swing around 360 degrees, slap it in its face.
I love the goblins are sleeping on pillows.
Yeah, of course they are.
Of course they are. What are you, stupid?
Yeah. Are you an idiot? Of course they have pillows.
They have pillows. What else are you going to sleep on?
Cold dungeon floor.
I don't think so.
They have Tempur-Pedics.
Oh my god. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, there we go. Got to get your stats in front of me here.
Yeah.
Okay. Where the hell was it? Subclasses. There we go. And open that up. Pillow. There you are. Swung only, it says. Okay, fine.
All right.
All right. So let's see. We go in Dex order, so you're going first, man.
All right.
No one's gonna beat that Dex.
Bust in, grab the pillow, swam over the top onto the goblin's head. Mm-hmm. Have they had a chance to get up yet?
They're up technically, but
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could just hold the pillow down and suffocate a goblin.
Suffocate him? Jesus.
I don't know what else to do. All right, I'm gonna hit him.
Okay.
And then maybe try to suffocate him. I rolled a 14.
Okay, and what is on your attack matrix there? You're going up against AC 9.
Oh yeah, I hit.
Okay.
14 will hit AC 5 for me.
Nice. Okay, so now roll a d6.
Sleep. I do 3 damage.
No, you don't. That's not for damage.
Oh.
You're rolling to see if the pillow burst or not.
Good.
It says if no burst, stuns for 1 turn. So yes, you did actually take him out. Technically.
It's like, shh, it'll all be over soon.
you hit him so hard with this pillow that he's like seeing stars. Basically. For a turn, for 10 minutes, he's like, "Oh, my head."
Tweety birds.
I think my ear is bleeding, you asshole.
What's that from?
I don't know.
My ear bleeding? Holy shit.
Oh my god. Okay.
You asshole.
All right. So I assume the other trolls are piling in, of course.
Of course. Those are 6-inch pile-in.
Okay. Yes, exactly. So the goblins actually get to go first. So I'm going to roll for them. Trolls are AC. Well, these trolls are wearing mail armor, so they're actually AC 7.
Jesus.
Okay, not bad. And our get to my reference. Okay, there we go. These guys have 1 hit die, so AC 7. I need to roll 11 or better. It's not bad, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I need to roll 12 to hit AC 7.
All right. No. Yes. Okay. Oh wait, no. That guy was stunned, so never mind. Aha. Okay, so they all miss. All right, your turn.
We're invincible. Kill them all. Kill them all. I guess I'm gonna Oh right, yeah, we're gonna go trolls first, I guess.
Trolls first. Trolls to the front. So yeah, let's see here. The guard was wearing armor, so you need an 11 or better for him, and a 6 or better for the other 2 guys who were napping.
Okay, so the first guy rolled a 16.
Okay.
And then I got a 17, a 19.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
All right, so roll damage for each one.
And it's D8?
Yep.
Just 3 of them?
Yep.
7, 5, and 6.
They're all dead.
It's a massacre.
I love though that before they all get killed, you just came in and walloped someone with his own pillow. Like,
oh my god!
See, just by your very existence, you bring the laughs.
I know. This is my existence.
It's like my real life. Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Claim the treasures. Is the one goblin still alive? Is he just
dazed? He's just dazed. You can kill him if you want.
I'm gonna slap him and get him out of it.
Okay. Yeah. Fine.
And I'm gonna say, we've killed all your comrades. You could join us, or you can die.
He's not joining you. I'll tell you that much. No, let me roll. All right. So he's just like,
please let me go. I didn't hurt anybody. The prisoner is still in his cell.
What prisoner? Tell me.
Over there. And he's pointing at the far wall, at a spot of wall, which you can roll a d6 for.
A 5.
You don't see anything.
I'm gonna pick him up, and I've got my hand on his shoulder. I'm walking him over to the thing. I'm like, open the door. Point it out.
So he presses his hand against a random stone, and the door, the concealed door slides open, and within you see as it just says here, wounded warrior.
Wounded warrior, join my cause.
So I'm gonna say, since it's a real sausage fest so far, I'm gonna say it's a sort of Brigitte Nielsen, Red Sonja type, and she's got just like a very cosmetically flattering bandage across her, brow, right? But otherwise looks completely fine.
We can make Rattan a girl.
Sure.
Some of the dwarves are girls.
Okay.
Maybe a couple of the trolls are girls.
Hey, sounds good to me.
We've got them all. Yeah, exactly. We've got them all. Exactly.
I'm sticking with Red Sonja though.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
So she stands and says, and she sees all these trolls and dwarves and men, and she's like, she's quite wounded. Jesus. All right, never mind. So yeah, she's holding her side, and she says, "Thank you." And I would not have fallen victim to these goblin scum were it not for the rust monster that dwells in the chambers beyond.
My lady. Where's the key to the cage? I'm shaking the goblin. Where's the key?
To what cage?
Oh, is there? Oh, there's just not a cage. She's just in the room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's
just a small chamber. It's like 6 by 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say, would you like to accompany us, or are you too wounded? We could leave you here with a guard, perhaps.
She says, "Yes, I think I am too wounded to carry on unless you happen to possess healing magic."
I left all that at home.
Then I shall stay here and guard the rear and make sure nobody sneaks up on you.
Okay. Does she have weapons or anything? Armor?
Nope, just leather armor, but no weapons.
I guess she can have some of the goblin weapons.
Sure. Yeah, they had a spear.
Yeah. And then while I'm doing that, the dwarves are all picking the goblin parts over. Is there anything interesting on the goblins? Money?
Yes, indeed. So let's see. They collect a total of 10 gold pieces and 30 copper pieces.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. All of these guys have given me such insane confidence that I busted into a room and hit someone with a pillow, still knowing, having no idea how fast these goblins were. They one of them could have hit me for 2 damage and I'd be dead.
And that would be it. Yeah, just like, I'm invincible.
All right. God. Are there platinum or electrum pieces in this game?
Yes.
Is electrum worth more than gold?
I think it's in between. I think it's like... I don't remember, actually. I think it might be 5 silver pieces per electrum, but I'm not positive.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, well, I outfit Red Sonja.
Okay.
We got all the treasure.
Yep.
She's got the stuff. Maybe I give her... I'll give her some of my rations.
Okay.
I'll give her one of my rations. So I think I have 1 left.
Mm-hmm.
6, 4, yeah, okay. And I say, eat this. It's good for you. And then I say, wait here. We'll be back once we're done with the queen. You say there's a rust monster down below. Do you know anything else?
I don't. And in fact, the rust monster is not below. It's that away. And she points to another seemingly blank wall beyond.
I'm going to look for it. Okay. I rolled a 4.
You don't see it, but she's happy to open it for you. Let's see. Yes. So you're looking into like a little 6 by 6 room. And she says, on the left there is another secret door. Not kidding. And
I rolled a 2.
And, oh, well, you see it.
I can see it from here.
I can see it from here. It's quite plain. It's quite obvious. So.
Oh, well, don't make me feel good about it.
Yes. No, to you. It's
okay.
And she says, in the chamber beyond dwelleth the rust monster. Which I guess you could take on with a pillow. So
true.
With no risk on your part.
Yeah, so what do I know about rust monsters? If I hit them with steel, it rusts the weapons.
Right.
I ask her, is there any treasure in the room?
Great question. Let's see here. No. Just piles of rusted metal.
Okay, then we'll dodge that room for now. Maybe we'll go back
Yeah.
for vengeance with a magic weapon or something.
Right.
But for now, we're going to proceed down the hall.
Okay.
All right, so leave her here.
So, remember we have dungeon escape rules, right?
True. Yeah.
So I am now officially announcing that we will conclude in 1 hour's time. I'll set my timer here.
All right.
So you have 1 hour to get out of the dungeon, to decide when you want to try and get out of the dungeon, basically. 1 hour of real time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, as long as I know my way, I should be able to do it.
Well, sure, but I'm gonna hold you to it. Like,
random
you want to go left, you want to go right, etc., etc.
Oh, you're gonna make me chart the dungeon?
Dude, the mapper was an entire role that you had to assign in the group.
I'm one man, David. I got to run 9 NPCs, and
that's not my fault. This is all random encounters.
All right, hold on. Let me. Oh, you know what I could do?
I mean, it doesn't have to be precise. I'm not gonna. It's like, okay, so wait, what were the dimensions of that room again? Just.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I might get a roll 20 going. And I could just use the grid.
Yeah.
All right.
I can tell you're really hyped for this.
I'm making this one. I'm making a roll 20 to live for another hour.
Live for another hour. Just live for another hour. I beg of you.
Exactly. All right. So, come on, roll 20. Get out of here. Okay. All right. So I walked in down the hall.
Mm-hmm.
There was a room on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
This room had some goblins in it. It had a secret room at the end and a secret room up here.
Mm-hmm.
And what side was the rust monster on? I'm charting it north.
Okay. So you walked in this rather large room. I mean, it's like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's about 30 by 25, the room with the sleeping goblins. The secret door was in the lower right corner. Oh, look at that. Look at you with your map.
Yeah. Okay, is this
that
kind of right, maybe? Probably not.
Bring that in. All right. Okay, that is not correct. The one on the left is.
Okay, this is right.
That's correct.
This is
that is just a large room.
A large room. Okay, let me get my square.
Get your T-square out.
Okay, right. Large room.
So 30 long, 20 wide.
Oh, 30 long.
I mean, you don't have to worry about that too much, I guess. But
okay, that's fine.
Secret door in the lower right. And nope, other way, other side, lower right.
Okay.
There you go. Perfect. And then secret chamber below that, south of that. There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Great.
Let's continue.
Oh God, I'm in hell. All right, so. Oh no. All right, so. What have I done? All right, I brought this on myself.
I mean, yes, you did, but that's okay.
All right, so you reemerge into the main corridor, and there is a 4-way junction. Right up. Okay, there you go. Good.
Okay.
Good. Okay, so right up where that corridor terminates, it's actually a 4-way junction.
There's a 4-way junction.
Yes.
Oh, so is it like a big square room?
Nope. No, just an intersection.
Just an intersection.
Mm-hmm. And let's see here. The one
Oh,
that's
so
under
it
dark
just keeps
vision.
going like this. Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying? Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What the hell? How is this happening to me? You did this.
I didn't do anything.
Okay. All right.
All
So
right.
there's a 4-way junction here. So how far does this keep going with my 60 feet dark vision?
With your 60-foot dark vision. Oh, 60 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did I think it was 30 feet?
No way.
Okay. No way. All right. So to the left, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see that it goes about 70 feet and terminates in a wall, almost like it's the edge of the paper. However, there is a door on the north wall to your right, on your right, very near the end of the corridor. Does that make sense?
So, okay. So it goes like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Good. Yes. Perfect.
Okay.
And there's a door like 2 squares in from the edge.
Like right here?
Nope. By the way, the edge of the paper.
Oh, okay. 2 squares from the edge?
Mm-hmm.
Like right here?
There you go. Okay. Now,
Okay.
to the other direction, to the east. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It disappears into darkness.
Okay.
However, you can see there is a door on the right, so on the south wall, about halfway down. So like kind of just beyond where the goblin room is there. Yeah, that's about right. That's fine.
Okay. All right.
To the north.
Oh. Please continue.
I told you it's a 4-way junction. 2, 3, 4.
I'm gonna run out of squares in no time.
Yeah. Yes, you are. This one's very busy indeed.
Oh fuck.
This is how they did it back then. You're like, just kill me now. Just have a house cat come up and kill me.
House cat attack.
House cat attack. All right. To the north. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So that just goes 60 feet into darkness.
All right.
Oh, and let's see. I haven't been counting your mandatory rest periods either.
Yeah.
So that was a rest.
Jesus.
Okay. I know.
Can I move all of this at once? Okay.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay, so on that one, we've got 2 doors on the left wall.
2 doors on the left wall.
And these are pretty much in sequence, like within the first one's within like 5 feet of the junction, and the next one's like 10 feet on from that.
Control Z does not work, by the way.
Great.
So it's like this.
Further down towards the junction, all the way. Keep going. There you go.
Wow.
That's good. And then the next one's like a square. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Now I'm going to complicate things even further.
Fantastic. Thinking this was too easy, anyways.
Another square up from that is a corridor that branches off to the left. There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
And then the corridor doesn't end. It's just that's the limit of your dark vision. So.
Right. Okay, stand by.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to say, thank God this map is dirt simple. Everything is at right angles to each other. Like, there's no diagonals or weird shaped chambers or anything like that.
Not in my lifetime.
Which was not the case for that Arduin dungeon we were in originally. So,
Jesus.
My God.
And then there's a stuck door.
Stuck door. Okay.
Okay.
Now you know.
And then exit.
Right. That's important. That's the important part. Shit, where was it? Which one
exactly.
was it?
Which I'm going to shrink this up because it doesn't need to be that long.
That's actually true. Yes, you are right.
All right. Now we're getting somewhere.
Oh God, aren't we?
Now this is D&D.
Well, it is actually. Yeah, you're right.
All right.
me get my Dwarven Forge miniatures terrain.
Dude, I have so much Dwarven Forge. I gotta get rid of it too.
Yeah.
It's all painted. If you want to buy it, hit me up.
Right. Well, if any of our listeners want to lay their hands on some Dwarven Forge,
some Kenny Stewart painted,
leave a comment or hop on our Discord and let us know.
That's right. And if you're a Patreon, I'll give you a discount.
Hey, there you go. Even better.
All right, so I guess I'm gonna go this way because we're getting around here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go down here, and can you see my cursor?
I can, but where are you pointing? Oh, there it is. That cursor.
Yeah, right here.
I see. Okay, I was looking at my own mouse cursor. I'm like, why isn't it moving? All right. So... Okay, where are you going?
All right, we're going this way.
Yep.
And then I'm going out, and then this way.
You want to go this way? Okay.
This way.
These way. Okay.
To the lake.
Very good. So let's see. You get down to that door, and I'll say that by this point, then you can see the end of this corridor.
Good.
So this corridor extends just a little. Not that one. I mean the main corridor that you're in.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that extends all the way out to the edge of the paper. That's fine. And there's a door on either side right at the end there. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. No.
Oh my god.
Not freehand.
Never freehand.
Rectangle. Okay. Oh, Control D. Got it.
Good.
All right.
Cool. All right.
Can I shrink this?
Okay.
I could tilt it.
Okay. So the door that you are at is stuck.
It's stuck.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna roll my. I'm gonna roll my thing. I'm gonna detect traps.
Okay.
I got a 91.
No, there's no traps. It's
Great.
untrapped. Yeah.
I'm gonna listen.
Okay.
I got an 88.
You hear nothing.
Roll 20, famously killing it right now.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna check to see if the door is locked.
Okay. Roll open locks.
Is that also a D100?
You know it. Do you want to spend any extra turns on it?
Nah, 32.
Okay. All right. If it is locked, you are not getting it open.
It is locked.
Yes. Well, stuck or locked, you're not getting it open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can a troll break it down? I say, hey, break it down.
He does.
Oh, bring it down.
You are looking at a roughly 20 by 20 room.
Okay.
And it is empty.
And it is empty.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need a mandatory rest?
You are not due for one for another 20 minutes.
Okay.
Or 10 minutes, actually.
Can I preemptively rest?
You could rest for 20 minutes if you wanted to.
Okay, we'll go in here and we'll say, all right, we're getting in here to where we're resting. And I've got 5 trolls sleeping up against the door.
Fine. All right. Nothing disturbs your repose.
Okay, good.
And you are ready to carry on. Where would you like to go?
I am gonna go. All right, so nope. I'm gonna go. What's a freehand? Control F. Control F and Control D. All right, so I went down here. I'm gonna move down here and go into this room here.
Go to. Okay, so you're backtracking. Okay.
Yeah, backtracking.
Okay, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, just had to count how many turns that's going to take you. And okay.
I hope our listeners and viewers are enjoying themselves.
I really hope so.
Because
this is turned into a strategic board game at this point.
It has, but it's also kind of fun.
Yes. Okay, so this door is stuck.
All right. I'm gonna do the rolls.
Do the holy triad, holy trinity.
That's right. I did like an order.
Right. Traps, listen and pick.
Traps, listen, pick. Yeah. So
Okay.
traps, 42.
Okay.
Listen is 78.
Nothing.
And pick is 16.
Nothing.
Nothing. 16 doesn't pick a lock?
I'm 90% sure, which is far greater than the chances you have of picking a lock. Let's see here.
My skills are truly trash.
They are. It's true. Well, that's why you can spend extra time, you know.
Yeah, I guess so.
But that's a house
16.
rule. As rules as written, yeah. Let me just double check here. Open lock. 16, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed by 1.
Oh my fucking god. I feel like I knew that from a previous recording. Okay.
I think that's the 3rd time that's happened. Yeah.
It really is. Troll, bring it down.
Bring it, dude. All right. So sadly, this one is stuck so fast, not even a troll can kick it open.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stuck door.
All right, where to now?
Is it shift? There we go. I guess I will go. How are we on time?
What do you mean?
Oh, I got 2:40, right? 2 hours and 40 minutes is in.
2 hours.
Yeah, to get out of the dungeon.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, you know, I'm if that's what you wrote down, then that's.
I just noted the recording time. All right,
devious bastard.
That's right. All right, I'm gonna go down again, and over here.
Okay, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and your movement's 30 or 20?
25.
Jesus.
You
All right.
fool.
Great. All right. God, people move slow in dungeons. My God, man. And, you know, you'll notice how earlier I said there's a plethora of empty, or not empty, but torch sconces, unlit torch sconces.
Right.
That was my clever way of being so that I don't have to be like, oh, your torch is burned out. Because
right.
I'll be damned if I'm tracking torch lighting in addition to everything else. All right, so
I might actually, if there's a plethora of torches or sconces on the wall, I might be lighting them as we go.
Oh, there you go. All right, I like that. I like that.
And that way, that also serves as a way for me to trace my.
Oh,
you know,
maybe you don't have to map then if you're gonna do that. You're gonna be
no.
like that.
I'm mapping. This
okay, all right.
Exactly what I want, Adam.
This is what you came here for. This is what the people paid their money for.
That's right.
So you move 25 feet in 10 minutes. That's what your movement means.
25 feet and 10.
Right. I think
doing the thing.
Yeah, because you're being cautious. Hold on, let me just double check on that. But I'm.
What if I throw caution to the wind because there's 50 of us?
Well, you can run. Let's see here. Movement rates. Okay. Exploring. Movement speed. Okay. Never mind. Okay, that did seem exceedingly low. All right. So when you are normal and you're exploring, it's feet per turn times your movement rate. Okay. So hold on a second here. Let's go 25 times 12. Okay, 300. Okay, so you move 300 feet in a turn. So that's much more reasonable.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, that's easily done in a turn. Okay, let's check this door. It is stuck, of course.
All right. I'm doing the Holy Trinity here. 30, 66, and 24.
Nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it down. I'm gonna ask the troll to knock the door down.
We've got our thing here. This one is also stuck fast. My God.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Okay, great. It's alt. Okay. All right.
Moving along.
Yeah, we're going back. Control F. I'm going back down, and then I'm going to hit this door.
Okay, next one up. Do your Holy Trinity.
91, 95, and 30.
The good news is that this door is actually not stuck.
Oh.
But you don't find any traps, and you don't hear anything.
All right. I asked the troll to bust it down.
You don't even have to. He doesn't even have to bust it down. You can just politely open it.
Oh, I asked the troll to politely open it.
Okay. All right. So we've got a let's see, about a 15. What is this? About a 15 by 25 ish kind of room. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good. And it's empty.
Jesus.
Restroom. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Do I need to take a break?
Nope, you're good. Okay. Oh, wait, actually, you do. You do.
Oh, okay. All right. Then we'll rest in here.
Okay. Resting. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Flipping between multiple sources is always lots of fun. All right, let's see here. Okay. Where the hell was encounters? There it is. Encounters. Okay. I mean, there's no reason I'm looking up encounters. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. Swear to God, if it's more dwarves, I'm gonna lose my mind.
More friendly dwarves.
All right. As long as party is alert and there's a clear line of sight. Okay. So the corridor, the main corridor, the north-south corridor, as you are emerging from your rest area, you can see that it ends in a set of double doors. Okay.
Down here.
Uh-huh. Those doors swing open and 5 skeletons come walking down the corridor, obviously on some kind of patrol program. Just like the other place, but this time you don't have to be afraid.
So there, exactly. So there are double doors at the end of the corridor. Is that right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, great. Okay. Skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna open the door. Our door. Does it open in or out?
Your door opens out.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till they pass, and then open the door, and like make a noise so that the skeletons run in, and we all destroy them.
Okay. So, yes, I did roll for surprise on the skeletons, and they were surprised, meaning they did not see you when you were initially
skeletons could be surprised.
Starting to walk out. Yeah, like little surprise lines coming up off their skulls.
Exactly.
So you're able to duck back in without them noting you. And so as they're walking past, you make your noise, and they start piling in like idiots.
Like oafs.
Do you want to you can get the drop on them with your crossbow if you're so inclined.
I don't know that a crossbow is going to do much for me. So instead, I think I'm going to take up like a fortified position.
Okay. AKA a wall of troll flesh.
A wall of troll flesh, exactly. And just have the trolls. I'm going to tell the trolls too, like, hey, my pillow and my arrows will have no effect on these skeletons. It is up to you, my friends.
Destroy them.
And also the 6 dwarves behind me.
Oh my God, this is insane. I'm just glad this dungeon has levels, because if it was just a level 1 dungeon, there wouldn't even be any point to this. This is insane. At first, I was like, "Oh, this idiot! He's gotten in way over his head. He's going to the high level dungeon first. The fool."
The fool.
And now I see I was clearly wrong. You knew exactly what you're up to. So.
And
Obviously, you knew I was going to roll multiple random encounters with really high NPC reaction rolls.
Yeah, I came over to your house earlier and I microwaved your dice.
Oh, you bastard! I
read-
heard somebody.
I read all the rules to Blueholme, and then
That's quite an amazing feat since I don't have a microwave. You brought a microwave
mine.
with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I brought mine, read all the rules to Blueholme.
Right. And then forgot what your thief percentages were. But nevertheless. All right.
Okay.
We've got 5 skeletons. You've got 5 trolls. Let's go.
Yeah. Who's faster?
I'm going to go ahead and say the trolls.
Okay. And then I just D20 times 5.
Yeah, 5 times, please.
I got an 8, an 18, a 10, a 4, and a 14.
An 8, an 18. I think the 4 might have missed. Let me see here. Let's see here. Combat. Attack rolls.
And
so
then
these are 4 hit dice with AC 9. Yeah, the 4 did miss.
Okay.
Okay, you're doing D8 damage on these guys.
So 4d8. 7, 7, 7, 2.
7, 7, 7, 2. Okay. 7, 7, 7, and 2. Just got to roll for the last one here. All right, they're all dead.
Thanks. I was about to be like, all right, then the 6 dwarves go.
Right. No. So this last skeleton that didn't get hit is going to hit back.
Oh.
Let's see, because you did have a miss.
Did have a miss.
Let's see.
Is he faster than the dwarves though?
Actually, he's not. So I don't think so. Let me see here. Skeleton dexterity is actually surprisingly high. 13.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is the thing about, we got to deprogram ourselves, right?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, and the dwarves are dex 10. So
okay,
wow.
skeleton.
Okay.
Go for it, buddy.
Go for it. Let's see what you can do, bud. All right, so he's less than a D8 hit die against AC 4, I think I said, right? Is that what the trolls are?
AC
Oh no, AC 7.
7.
AC 7, so they're hitting on a 13 or higher. No.
Okay.
Okay. Let your dwarves do their thing.
Oh, critical.
Oh, really? You rolled a 20?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna roll again to confirm.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, this is to confirm my 20. I got a 13.
Okay, no. All right. You have to roll 20 twice in a row to do the critical.
I know, and that is so stupid. Who is going to roll a critical? Who's going to roll 20 twice in a row?
It works both ways, though, right? Because, I mean, if you want, it doesn't explicitly say you should do that. You just have to infer. If you want, though, we can just say all it takes is a natural 20.
I thought, and now, okay, so I'm remembering like optional rules from 3rd edition.
Yes.
And it was like, you have to roll a 20 and then you have to hit their armor class again.
We could do that if you prefer.
We could give that a shot. Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Go with that. Okay, so you rolled a critical, so go ahead and roll a percentile, please.
All right. 69.
Wow, nice. All right, so he's going to knock... Jesus Christ. So he your dwarf buddy comes in with his warhammer and just absolutely shatters the femur of this last skeleton. Please roll 4d12 damage.
No way.
Yes.
4, 10, 15, 23 damage.
The skeleton had 1 hit point. Okay, so he just knocks it across the room like bowling pins,
Okay, God, yeah. Everyone's impressed, even the trolls.
Yeah. Nice one, Feely.
Yeah, exactly. That's my cousin.
That's my cousin. Okay. Wow.
All right.
So that was your random encounter for the day, kids.
Random encounter. Okay. And then F, freehand. Okay.
All right. What
we're leaving the door and then we're going over here. Is this a door?
Over where? There,
Yeah.
that long rectangle.
Long
That's
corridor.
just a corridor, but it does end in a door.
It does end in a door. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm at Holy Trinity.
Go for it.
44,799.
So the second one is detect noise, correct?
Second one is detect noise.
Okay. You hear a bunch of meowing.
No, you bastard! You're gunning for me.
I am. This is the high level encounter right here.
A bunch of meowing.
Yeah.
I stand far away, and I tell the troll, kick it down.
Okay. He does. And I rolled the cat's reaction. It's hostile. So
You did not roll a cat.
I did. There's
No
15
way.
of them. There's 15 house cats.
Oh my fucking god.
And
15 house
pissed.
cats?
They're pissed. So.
Oh god, I accidentally refreshed the browser.
Oh no. Okay.
No,
oh,
we're good.
God.
We're good.
Okay. No.
They're pissed. Oh, I just control D. Okay. All right. What's the size of this room here?
This room, you ask how big this room is, and I tell you that this room is about 20 by 20.
20 by 20.
And you're coming in on the upper corner. So like
Can I move? Can I move you? There we
wait,
go.
are your squares 5 feet or 10 feet? Because
I've been doing them 5 feet.
Oh,
Are they 10
you might
feet?
want to do 10-foot squares. Just
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yep.
All right. I'll adjust this.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's gonna work.
Okay, good.
Perfect.
Okay. Cats.
Yeah.
How many cats?
15.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So they're gonna start swarming this poor troll who just kicked in the door. And let's see. So where am I? Here we are. Okay. Combat. Attack rolls. All right. AC 7, they need 13. I'm going to rule that 4 of them can attack him at once.
All right.
Oh, wow. They're scratching the shit out of him. Okay. Oh, my God.
Scratching the shit out of him.
3 of them hit. Oh, that'd be hilarious. One got a critical. All right. So 3 of them hit. Okay. And how many hit points does he have? All right. Okay. All right. 4, 6, 7. All right.
How fast are these cats? What's their dex?
Dude, they're cats, man. They're like faster than you.
Oh my god.
All right. So there it is. All right. So yeah, they do scratch the shit out of him. Wow. Okay. So he's like, oh God, my eyes. my hollow eye sockets. Ah. As he recoils from the onslaught of cats.
Jesus.
And of course, the other ones are going to go swarming around him.
Oh my god.
So of course, I have to have them attack you. I'm sorry.
Of course.
So
you've been manufacturing this.
I did not manufacture it.
My demise.
Straight to the cat room.
I went straight to the cat room.
I'll show you the documentation.
No,
once
I
you're
believe
dead.
you.
What's your AC? AC 9.
AC is 9.
Okay.
You do 2 damage, David.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I rolled a fumble, and the other one I rolled a critical.
You have to hit
Hold
me
on.
again.
Let me confirm. Yes, that is a confirmation. Okay. So let's roll on the fumble table first. You're also going to take damage.
Oh god. I'm dead.
You are. Hold on. No, you only take 1 point of damage from the other 2 attacks.
Holy shit.
And let's see here. Critical fumble table. Let's see what happens to this poor cat.
Took 1 damage.
Oh, of course, its claws get tangled up on you.
Stuck in my shirt.
Yeah. It's like, ow, hey, get off. All right, I am going to tell you that it is possible to have your genitals torn off on this table. So
that's what I'm aiming for.
That's what we're aiming for. But also, there are some attacks that do 1 to 2 points of damage. So you could theoretically just get knocked down to 0 HP.
Which doesn't kill me, or does it?
Wow. This is the most random. This is so appropriate, but also bizarre. Okay. Hold on. I have to make. Oh, God. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see. I have to make a couple rolls here. Okay. So a cat attacks you and latches onto your hand and rakes you with its back claws, sufficient to sever the tendons in each one of your fingers.
Oh God!
So you take one hit point damage for each severed finger, and I rolled 5. So you take 5 points of damage.
Well, I am -6, -4.
-4. Yep. So that's it.
That's it. So that's it.
I fucking called it. I said you were gonna get killed by a
That's unbelievable. I did all of this to get killed by a cat.
I can't believe that. That's so crazy.
Well, I'm assuming the rest of them get in there, save the princess, and get out.
I guess there's like 7 levels on this fucking dungeon. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Or no, 5. Sorry, 5 levels.
Well, I had 10 more minutes before I needed to escape the dungeon.
Start getting out. Yeah, exactly.
For those keeping score.
Yes.
Yes. Well done, David.
Well done, Kenny. Dank Brief met an ignominious end in the Palace of the Vampire Queen. I honestly thought you were going to be able to at least get through level 1 on this dungeon, because it's really just like bandits and goblins and stuff. So just so you know, the cats are being kept by a crazy cat man who dwells in the next room over. And then the room beyond that is literally, it just says cat droppings in the next room.
Cat droppings.
Also, for some reason, there's a pit trap in the cat room. So
a pit trap.
Yeah.
I went straight for the cat room.
You did. You really did. R.I.P. Dank Brief.
Unbelievable. Oh yeah, I put him over here. Wow. Well.
Yeah. So you were undone. You were hoisted by your own critical hit petard. You were so bloodthirsty.
I know, it's true. That did really bite me in the ass there.
That's the thing about critical hit tables is, you as the PC always engage with them far more often than any monster ever will. So I guess that's why he made it. A 1 in 400 chance that it would happen, but.
I feel like monsters are going to have, because there's a chance that 200 orcs are going to show up.
Yeah.
Weight of dice, you're probably going to hit more than me.
Yeah. True. True. Well, what did you think overall?
Well, let's stop the music here. Or
let's stop the music.
Let's get something less epic.
Let's put on acoustic cinematic here.
Dank Brief's Lament.
Yes.
Okay. What did
Or how about let's try night driving.
Oh.
More thoughtful.
There we go. Yeah. What did I think? Well, obviously, I had a great time.
Yeah.
I didn't have to know the rules. So that was a big one.
Yep.
I didn't have any books in front of me, any PDFs.
True.
Which makes any game good.
True.
And that is how, to me, that's how, games should be run, right? It's players shouldn't have to have a rule book in front of them unless they want to delve deeper into it and be like, oh, I wonder if there's a maneuver I can do or something.
But there isn't. Yeah,
exactly.
Like all old school rule books, this is thin to begin with, and most of this is like spells and monsters. It's mostly for the DM.
Yeah.
Or the Journey Master, or whatever they're called in this one.
The Journey Master. You can't help yourself.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
The game was much more fun when I had to start plotting the dungeon.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you found that interesting?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
It gives me something to do. It gives me a visual.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, because if I'm wandering around in a dungeon, just theater of mind, like, ugh.
Yeah.
But I mean, like even when I started playing third edition, I didn't, this tradition was not passed down to me, but it made sense to just be like, hey, you're the player, you're mapping the dungeon. Like, it's not something that I'm going to do as a GM. I have everything else to worry about. You just draw the map.
Yeah.
So yeah, that definitely, it took me back to my early high school days.
Nice.
The empty rooms are funny. I mean, like randomly rolling for everything is funny. You just never know. Obviously, nobody knows what the fuck is going to happen next. So there's a fun in that for the player and the GM at the same time. The Blueholme system, I think, is weird and convoluted, and but not unexpected.
What was convoluted about it for you?
The characteristic tests.
Well, that's out of Dragon Magazine #1.
Even still,
that's I mean, old school D&D didn't even have rules for attribute checks,
which is crazy because that was the one rule we engaged with the most.
I know. Well, it's a handy way to adjudicate things, because otherwise I would have probably just been like, well, you have a 1 in 6 chance, or oh, you have a 3 in 6 chance, or whatever, just kind of pulling stuff out of my butt. So at least that provided some kind of thing that was based on your character.
Exactly. Right? Yeah.
So
which is, it's like, why didn't they just say roll d20? If you get a 1 to your 13 on your characteristic, you got it.
Yeah. It took them a long time to figure that out. Actually, I think the first version of that wasn't until like the Wilderness Survival Guide or something, which was like, I don't know, 87, 88, somewhere around there. So
insanity.
Yeah.
That the knee-jerk reaction was like, roll a d percentage and look at the chart and then use that number to multiply.
I don't know what whoever wrote that article, I don't know what he was thinking.
No idea what you were thinking. And then it got published.
Yeah. Well, they published anything back then.
Well, that's true. That's true. Let me think here. I mean, it's brutal, but not in like a, you have 2 HP or whatever. It's like, it's not oppressive. It's not oppressively difficult, like, granted, I was running around with like obviously a huge posse, an army. But like that could happen to anybody. And if I was smarter, I would have simply, or I guess if I was not trying to be entertaining, if I was trying to be purely tactical, I would have had Dank Brief way at the back. Or, like there's 6 dwarves behind me, there's 5 trolls in front of me. Nobody's getting to me.
Of course, you get 150 XP for being the point man, according to the Arduin.
Exactly. True. So I would have got. The XP required. I'm sad it's over. But it's we're ending on a high note. I didn't have time.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't have time to get boring.
True. Yeah, I don't know if we could have just kept this like game loop going ad infinitum. Like, oh, what's the next dungeon you want to check out?
Yeah, exactly. I think this is like, we've obviously been talking about mega dungeons for some time, but like, I think like a mega dungeon is the only way that I would want to engage in this kind of game.
Yeah.
Where it's like your expectations are you're only going through a dungeon and you want to go down and you want to get out. But, there's portals, there's, all this variety within the mega dungeon. Because, I mean, being outside of a dungeon, I don't know, didn't really matter. There's like no system on display.
Right.
With the exception of, the overworld travel, which was fun. But like, you know, the only reason, you know, you and I made it fun. It wasn't the system inherently was not interesting in any way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting just to think about, like, this is as close to the origins of role-playing games, you know, as you can get, basically.
Yeah.
As you probably want to get.
As you want to get, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And
anything beyond this is just like you're on your own.
Yeah, exactly.
You're making it up as much as they were.
Yeah. Yeah, this is as close to OD&D as you want to get, and it's still available to play. It still works.
Yeah, it works. It does work.
And, you know, I, of course, can't talk about it without trashing on 5th edition. But, like, it's funny how the bones of this are still living in the skin of 5e.
Right.
And yet, nobody plays this. Nobody plays it like this.
Right.
Like, this is what it was made to do.
Mm-hmm.
And the system has barely changed. The only things that are different now is that you have fewer saves.
Mm-hmm.
You have numerical, or you have skills now, which I mean, you know, because of the parent conventions, we basically had skills anyways.
Right.
Just using derivative ability checks. Derived ability checks. And, you know, the character sheet's nice. It tells you like what the AC is and what you need to hit is. Like, that just took all of the pressure out of THAC0 away.
Right.
Which is funny, like, now that I'm looking at it, like, it's basically old Warhammer, like it's 3rd edition.
Yeah.
It's to, like, the armor class that you need to hit minus 20 or minus 19.
Minus 19, yeah.
Will get you, yeah. So that's easy. That's just like how, at Warhammer, it's like, you know, whatever you need to hit is like, you know, what X minus 7.
Yeah.
Or you know, X plus Y equals 7, I guess. Anyways, yeah, I don't know, just weird. Weird but good. And
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe this might be a weird take, but I don't know how D&D survived this long.
It almost didn't.
It almost didn't. You know, and considering, you know, what a comeback story, honestly, that D&D has had, considering what it's built to do and how uninteresting it is, even compared to games around the same time. I mean, how long after 1979? When did Pendragon come out? When did Call of Cthulhu come out?
Right. Well, I mean, like, Call of Cthulhu came out within a decade of D&D being published. Pendragon 11 years after. But even the second role-playing game ever was Tunnels and Trolls, and that was specifically designed to be better than D&D, right? Ken St. Andre was like, well, I can see the merit, but this is terrible. So I'm going to do my own version that's actually easy to grasp. And I've played Tunnels and Trolls because they have a lot of solo adventures. Maybe I'll run some on the live stream. I don't know. But it's a very elegant system. And it was designed in 1975. And it's still, I think they're actually going to do a Kickstarter for like a new edition here pretty soon. It's still
they always have a huge booth at Gen Con. There's a gigantic Tunnels and Trolls display with like stacks of, you know, 1,000 books.
Yeah, because there's just so much material that's been generated for it. And and I mean, like, there was a spin-off game called Monsters where you could play the monsters in the dungeon. I mean, people like immediately started riffing and being like, well, you know, even Palladium started out as like Kevin Sabita's house rules, and it was just kind of like, I can do this better. So in that sense, like, D&D's main legacy was that it was just playable enough that it inspired so many other people
Right.
It's like, again, we talk about punk rock, it's kind of the same thing where it's just sort of like, hey, I could do that.
Yeah.
I could pick up a guitar and learn 3 chords, so maybe I'll learn 4 instead, or maybe
exactly. I talk,
vary it up a bit,
Whenever I come across subjects like this, I often will say the first cheesecake was not the best.
Right.
Exactly. Like it's like, this was designed to do whatever the hell it did.
Right. And then very weird when you think about it, right?
Weird. Yeah, which is very weird and time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
this is why sessions would last 8 hours, and people would meet multiple times a week and all that.
Totally,
kind of stuff,
totally. Like, I mean, obviously you're a very proficient GM, so like, imagine having never run a game like this before. And having to generate every room on the fly.
Nope.
You simply wouldn't do it. I mean, and I guess this is where, the like GMs would just sit at home and be like, "Oh, dude, I've been working on this dungeon all weekend."
Yep, 100%.
And like that's awesome to me. Like I love that. I love that idea. I love because I used to do the same thing.
Sure.
In 3rd edition, I'd sit up in we had like a I guess like an upstairs loft, it's like, but our roof, had like come to a apex.
Yeah.
So like the whole loft was like that. And then my dad's like workstation was up there, and we had like a cool couch and a little coffee table. And I would just sit up there with the window open, facing the street and just going through my D&D books. And like, I was not born in the 60s. I didn't do this in the 70s or the 80s. This was like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
That I was engaging in those activities.
The internet existed.
The internet existed. YouTube was a thing.
YouTube was a thing, yeah.
Although I don't think anybody was talking about Dungeons and Dragons on it, but
no.
But yeah, it's just a really interesting thing. I almost feel like it's I'm of two minds. When I think about the future of games like this, and that they will either go extinct, or they will continue being this like weird primal force in gamers.
Yeah.
Who will discover these things either independently or with a friend, probably independently if they're playing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But who engage in those kinds of activities, like sitting up in your attic or your basement and kicking your feet while you make a dungeon.
Yeah, 100%. And if I was doing this like seriously and as my main gig, I would have absolutely been like drawing my own dungeons and coming up with my own random tables and doing all this other stuff. Like this D&D, like I said, I think in our first episode, like I'm not usually a fan of synonymizing D&D and role-playing games, but in a certain sense, D&D can be its own hobby.
Yeah. Because
of its own peculiarities, especially if you're running it in an older mode where it requires a certain level of investment.
Time, dedication.
I mean, yeah, that's why DMs used to be all like snobby about it, and just like, well, I'm the dungeon master, so
exactly. It's so funny how just like it's such a weird idea. I don't know how it went from wargaming to this. It's such a fascinating like.
That's the part I find endlessly fascinating, and I love reading whatever latest work of historical scholarship is coming out, and like talking about how Dave Arneson's Blackmoor campaign was different from Gary Gygax's Greyhawk campaign, and how their dungeons were different. And I will listen to a 90-minute video essay about anything having to do with that, about the different about why level titles exist or why alignment tongues exist. And it's just because it is so outre, and like it's the sort of thing where it's like it couldn't have happened any other way. It couldn't have happened at any other time, any other place. It was a unique invention that in a million different multiverses probably only came into being in like a small percentage of them, just because of the extreme number of variables that had to align, to make it happen. So
yeah. Just the right amount of cocaine,
just probably more like just beer and cheese pizzas or something. I don't know.
Beer and pretzels.
The beer and pretzels, literally, yeah. The cocaine came later.
That's right.
But I would just say, like, I'm running a bunch of different games at the moment, sort of in different different cadences and for different reasons. But like, I'm running, I run Pendragon, I run Vampire the Masquerade, I've just run Eat the Reich. So I'm sort of running games from like across the spectrum of different, which is kind of the point. I enjoy doing that because I'm weird. But I would just say that this is every bit as legitimate as Eat the Reich or Pendragon. It's just you have to buy in for different reasons, but it was an enjoyable time, both from a prep standpoint and from a running it standpoint. And my streak of predicting humiliating experiences for characters in fantasy role-playing games, because I always call it when someone eventually gets a chamber pot emptied on them, and now I have called it when you were slain by house cats. So clearly I have great powers.
I had to have
great responsibility along with them.
A prophet of character death.
Apparently so. But yeah, no, I mean, it was fun in its own way. And is it my favorite way of gaming? No, it's not. And that's why here at the Esoteric Order, we will not be converting into a D&D podcast anytime soon. But I'm really happy that you went along with me on this weird journey, because, it scratched a certain itch for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and this is, talk about validity. This is just, this is exactly Morkborg. This is exactly, 10 torches deep or whatever the fuck it's called.
Torchbearer.
Yeah, Torchbearer.
Yeah.
Lightbringer, all the weird, like, dungeon crawlers that we have now. It's like, this is just the exact same thing. Like, it's so, I understand, that gives you definitely a different appreciation for the OSR, carrying on the same legacy that people like Kevin Sabita were doing as at the beginning of just being like, oh, I can do that, but I can do it better.
Yeah.
Or I could do it different, or I can do it and it's like this. Yeah. And that's all the OSR is.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, folks want us to do more of these kind of pre-recorded streams. Let us know in the comments or hop over on our Discord. If you want to hear me run Pendragon, I'm doing that as a patron exclusive series. So you can check out our Patreon. And we're just now rolling out some new vampire duet, me and my wife Desiree, and really enjoying that. So lots to check out over on our regular podcast feed. And maybe we'll be back here.
Totally. And a huge backlog.
A huge backlog. It's true. It's true. Yeah. We've been going for how long? Almost 13 years. And I think we've had like 82 or more, 85 series, something like that.
Crazy.
Hundreds of episodes. So you can definitely find some game that you're interested in.
Yeah.
So,
well, David, thanks for running this for me. I had a great time.
I did too. Thank you for playing, Kenny. It was very enjoyable. Dank brief forever, I say.
Forever dank brief.
Forever dank. Forever your dank brief.
That's right.